Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Freeman Brothers Funeral Directors' special online remembrance service. My name is Abby Pattenden and I'm the manager of Freeman Brothers. For those of you who aren't familiar with us, we're independent funeral directors who have been based in West Sussex since 1855, and you join our team and me here in the beautiful and historic setting of the chapel at Hills Cemetery in Horsham, which is operated by Freeman Brothers on behalf of Horsham District Council. Like many organisations, we have had to find a different way of doing things this year. Last year, we held our first ever Remembrance Service, hosted by our Hurstpierpoint branch, and it was a very moving event which received wonderful feedback from those who attended. We intended to make it an annual event and had plans for various different services in different formats this year. However, it became apparent a few months ago that gathering together in person was not something which was going to be possible. And so we have devised this alternative to ensure that we can be together, albeit virtually, in the spirit of remembrance and hope. 2020 has been an incredibly difficult year for all of us, and the Freeman Brothers team would like to thank our local communities for the kindness and support that they have shown to us as key workers. We are very grateful. We will now start our service of remembrance, and I would like to introduce my colleague Vicky, who is going to read our first poem, Pebbles on the Shore.
Pebbles on the Shore by Nancy Winter Miranda. Pebbles on the shore, rocks from the sea, their existence reaching back from the depths of time, an era of another life residing deep within. Strutting from the shore lies a pier with a story. Day upon day, endless waves crash in upon it, embedding traces of time deep within the wood. Life moves on in mysterious ways, existing around what's there to be found, oblivious to the depth of time that is daily passed by. The end of a day brings a hush to the shore, but as storms come and storms go, waves bring pebbles on the beach, rocks on the shore.
Thank you, Vicky. You may have seen from our publicity around this event that we're taking the opportunity to raise awareness about, and hopefully some funds for, Jigsaw South East, which is a charity which helps bereaved children and those who know they are going to be facing a bereavement in the future. Accompanying our service is an online dedication page, which you can access at the URL below, and leave messages in memory of people, and also, if you wish, make a donation to Jigsaw South East. I'm delighted to say that Molly Humphreys, who is one of Jigsaw South East's young ambassadors, is now joining us to tell us a bit about the charity's work. Thank you, Molly.
Hi, I'm Molly and I'm a youth ambassador for Jigsaw South East. I lost my dad when I was 8 years old, and I've recently become a youth ambassador for the charity. Jigsaw South East is a child's bereavement charity based in West Sussex, Surrey and Kent. They help children and young people who have gone through bereavement by providing them with support at a time when they need it most. Jigsaw provides one-on-one support, and they also provide group support, so group activities, anything to get the child talking and help them through their most difficult times.
Good evening, my name is Chrissy. I am the funeral arranger and community coordinator for our branch in Hurstpierpoint. Earlier this year, I had the privilege of arranging a funeral for a really special family. They shared with me an incredibly moving and personal tribute that they wanted to play at their mother's funeral. Tonight, they have agreed to share this with you. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce to you Naomi and Angus.
Hi, I'm Angus Goldsmith.
Hi, I'm Naomi Goldsmith. We chose to play this song at Mum's funeral because it was one that Angus and I recorded in secret for Mum's Christmas present back in 2012. It's the song Falling Slowly from the musical Once, and the reason we chose to record this one is because Mum absolutely loved musicals, and she actually took Angus and I to go and see Once in London, so it's just got quite a lot of sentimental value.
And this was the same Christmas that our two older brothers, for Mum's Christmas present, decided to get the dog turkey outfit. So we were definitely the favoured children that Christmas.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoy it.
I don't know you, but I want you all the more for that.
Words fall through me and always fool me, and I can't react. And games that never amount to more than they're meant will play themselves out. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You've made it now. Falling slowly, eyes that know me, and I can't go back. Moods that take me and erase me, and I'm painted black. You have suffered enough and warred with yourself. It's time that you run. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You've made it now. Falling slowly, sing your melody. I'll sing it loud.
Thank you very much to Naomi and Angus. That was really beautiful, and we're so grateful to you for contributing to our service. We're now moving to our act of remembrance. This is a time for us to pause and reflect and think about people who we miss and no longer see. For some of us, this will be due to a recent bereavement. For others, it will be a longer standing loss. We know that grief has no time limit and understand that the passing of time can itself be a significant part of being bereaved. We will therefore join together communally, knowing that others are feeling the same. If you RSVP'd to attend this service and received one of our free packs, it will contain a pebble for every person you said would attend. Can I therefore ask you to spend the next few moments joining with us and all our other participants at home in writing on your pebble? This can be anything: the name of someone you're thinking about, a thought, or a short memory that reminds you of someone or something important. There's nothing right or wrong in this. Alternatively, you are more than welcome to spend a few moments pausing and reflecting at this time.
Edward Attry,
Kevin Attry,
Anita Bickle,
Lola Bolt,
Antonietta Bronya,
John Vernon Brooksbank,
Stella Marjorie Brooksbank,
John Newman Bushell,
Gillian Charman,
John Cherryman,
Roy Clark,
Elsie Crowden,
Jack Fishpool,
Betsy Foreman,
David Genge,
Walter Grief,
Doreen K. Hallett,
Beryl Howes,
Sheila Johns,
David Milne Jones,
Jim Jones,
William Paul Lambert,
Ronald Lane,
Irene Lees,
Graham Lindfield,
Sandra Linfield,
Alan Manvell,
Leslie Manville,
Ruth Manvell,
Paul Marlowe,
Marjorie Martin,
Pasquale Mazio,
William Morland,
Isabel Palby,
Peter William Ralph,
Jimmy Searle,
Janice Spicer,
Lynette Stemp,
Margaret Stevens,
Leonard John Sully,
Joan Thorne,
Joan Turner,
Barbara Wild,
Brenda Windsor,
Ray Venus.
I think the person I miss the most is my mum, Jacob's granny. She had such a great sense of humour, and there was nothing that was too big a challenge for her.
I just miss the silly things she'd do when she'd fall over almost all the time, it seemed, and just generally she was just oblivious to whatever antics we were getting up to in the house, in and around what she was doing, which is just the thing I probably miss the most.
We miss you, Granny.
Hi, my name's Bob. I miss my dad. He went very suddenly, about 30 years ago. Didn't have a time to say our goodbyes. I wasn't with him when he died. I'd like to have been, and it's my biggest regret not seeing him. We used to share times at football, which I dearly miss, and wish I could have those times again.
Hello, I'm Laura. I will be watching the Remembrance Service from home this year, and I'll be thinking of my mum and grandparents. It's a shame that we can't all be together, however, it's great that we can do this virtually. Stay safe.
Hi, my name's Emma. I'm a practice nurse. I just want to thank all my key workers at this time for all their hard work and their input throughout the last few months. Thank you.
My name is Skylar and I miss my nana. I think about her a lot.
I'm Reese.
And I'm Sky. We miss our nana and we think of all those who have lost loved ones.
Hi, I'm Louisa. I have found that during this time, especially Christmas, I have been missing my loved ones dearly, especially the ones that are no longer here. Me thinking specifically about my granddad, who we used to call Grumpy as a nickname. I just miss having the moments that we could spend together, especially during Christmas time, and the moments that we kind of cherish, and the memories that we'd make.
Hello, my name's Nick. I'm taking this moment to think about my friend, also called Nick, who we lost back in March. My thoughts are with his family, his large and extended circle of friends, and indeed with anybody who's suffered a bereavement and are remembering loved ones at this time of year.
My name's Vicky, and this is
Joseph.
And this is
Annie.
And at this time of year we remember our Uncle Roy, who sadly died from Alzheimer's.
Hello, I'm Peter Freeman and I'm the owner of Freeman Brothers. I'm sorry I can't take a more active role in tonight's service, but like so many of us, I've become accustomed to working remotely this year. I'd like to thank you for joining with us tonight to remember people who have died. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank my team for putting together this service at the end of what has been a very challenging period of work for them. I hope you enjoy the service and I hope you gain comfort and support from it. It goes without saying that this has been a very difficult year for local communities in all sorts of ways, and for those of us who have worked in funeral service for a long time, we have felt truly sorry for those whose funeral services have had to be altered or curtailed, sometimes at very short notice indeed. Hosting a service like this is just one of the ways we would like to recognise the importance of joining together, virtually this year, and to spend time not only in remembering, but also, really importantly, feeling thankful and hopeful. Our service will now continue, but once again I would like to thank you for joining with us and watching our service tonight. Please do stay safe and well. Goodbye.
Thank you so much to all our contributors for taking the time to send in your videos and tell us a bit about your thoughts and feelings as part of our service. I would now like to introduce my colleague Jen reading our next poem, When Great Trees Fall.
When Great Trees Fall by Maya Angelou. When great trees fall, rocks on distant hills shudder. Lions hunker down in tall grasses, and even elephants lumber after safety. When great trees fall in forests, small things recoil in silence, their senses eroded by fear. When great souls die, the air around us becomes light, rare, sterile. We breathe briefly. Our eyes briefly see with a hurtful clarity. Our memory, suddenly sharpened, examines, gnaws on kind words unsaid, promised walks never taken. Great souls die, and our reality, bound to them, takes leave of us. Our souls, dependent upon their nurture, now shrink, wizened. Our minds, formed and informed by their radiance, fall away. We are not so much maddened as reduced to the unutterable ignorance of dark, cold caves. And when great souls die, after a period, peace blooms, slowly and always irregularly. Spaces fill with a kind of soothing electric vibration. Our senses, restored, never to be the same, whisper to us, they existed. They existed. We can be and be better, for they existed.
We're now going to sing together. The song we have chosen may surprise you if you haven't had one of our orders of service in your free pack, because we've picked Auld Lang Syne, which you will recognise as a song very much associated with New Year. However, what you might not be aware of is that the song we know as Auld Lang Syne is based on a poem by Robert Burns, who was continuing in a poetic tradition of writing about old long since, which means long ago or once upon a time. The tune is a traditional folk melody. Although for many of us, Auld Lang Syne is a song which is only sung at New Year's Eve parties, the use of the song is actually far more widespread, particularly in military and naval ceremonies and in scouting. It's also a song known worldwide. One example would be as its inspiration for the Bengali folk song Purano Shai Dana Kotha, composed by Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore. That title translates as Memories of the Good Old Days, and it's in this spirit that we are joining together to sing. The lyrics of Auld Lang Syne take the form of rhetorical questions, asking whether we should forget old times and long-held friends, and suggesting that we should not. This is so important for our time of remembrance, when we look back with fondness upon people and times that are in the past. However, the singing of the song also marks periods of transition, which is why we associate it with a new year. It's therefore sung in the spirit of looking forwards to future times with hope, and that's why we've chosen it, as we felt this was such an important message at this time of year. It seems vital to us that we look forward after such a difficult period, and so we hope you will join in with singing our song at home. We have a beautiful singer, Lindsay, accompanied by a wonderful pianist, Andrew, and we're lucky enough that Lindsay is a true Scotswoman, and therefore we have chosen to ask her to sing the traditional language of the poem set to the folk song, and it sounds so beautiful and rich in her accent.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne, and surely you'll be your pint stoup, and surely I'll be mine. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne, for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Now give a hand, my trusty friend, and here's a hand of mine. We'll take a reckon welly what for old lang syne, for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness
We will conclude our remembrance service with a final poem, Sea Fever by John Masefield. I must down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky.
And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by.
And the wheels kick and the wind song and the white sails shaking.
And a grey mist on the sea's face and a grey dawn breaking.
I must down to the seas again, for the call of the running tide is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied.
And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds flying.
And the flung spray and the blown spume and the seagulls crying.
I must down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life.
To the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife.
And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow rover.
And quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trick's over.
Thank you to some of the Freeman Brothers team, Russell, Alex, Anthony, Anissa, Daniel, Becky, Tom, Paula, Matt and Chrissy for reading the poem with me. We will now conclude our remembrance service. I would like to thank Jen and Vicky for reading their poems earlier, our singer Lindsay and pianist Andrew, the Goldsmith family for providing their beautiful song, and all the members of the public who sent us messages. We would also like to thank Molly from Jigsaw South East. Please don't forget, you can visit our online dedication page to leave a message in memory of someone who has died and make a donation to Jigsaw South East if you would like to. Thank you in advance for your generosity. Most of all, we would like to thank everyone watching for coming together with us. In a time when we can't meet in person, to do so online is something new, but we think vital. To quote Walter Payton, we are stronger together than we are alone. Thank you for watching.